afternoon, warrior women. How are you? It's your girl, Khadijah from KhadijahCoaches.com. And today I am coming to you with day 18. Oh my gosh, can you guys believe this? We are almost coming to the end of the 21-day challenge. Like, I really just can't even believe it. I told you guys in an earlier video that one of the reasons why I wanted to do this challenge was to be consistent. And so, during this journey, I've had some things come up. You guys know I've been traveling. I had a little traveling snafu. There have been some things that could have gotten in the way of me doing these videos or stopping the videos. And I haven't let those things really stop me from doing it. Now, of course, I haven't been doing the videos every single day, but I have been consistent. And I think that's what matters most, is being consistent, not being perfect, right? But being consistent. I can't speak again today. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, being consistent, I believe, is the goal. It's not about being perfect. It's about saying that you're going to do something and following through on what you say you're going to do. And, it goes back to integrity. So anyway, let's get right into the video, right into the card that I pulled today, which it is, it says balance, right? And then the key words are imagination, vitality, enthusiasm, focus, and expression. Imagination, vitality, enthusiasm, focus, and expression, right? And the power thought today says, I am friendly, capable, and talented. I stand tall. Let me sit up a little bit for that one. I am friendly, capable, and talented. I stand tall, right? Well, that made me sit up and change my body language, right? The action step says, write out your to-do list, do one. More than one is a bonus. And then the news flash says, reward yourself. You can give more when you feel good. Reward yourself. You can give more when you feel good. So today has been a wonderful day for me. I attended the Flipping Houses workshop that I told you guys about yesterday, and it was a phenomenal event. It was about a 2-hour event. Of course, it was designed to sell you on purchasing their program to teach you how to flip houses, and flipping houses through wholesaling them, flipping them through rehabbing. But the idea that I got, or the takeaway that I got mainly from going to this event, is number one, it was packed. People were everywhere. So people are realizing or recognizing that we're in a changing economy and that you have to do something outside of just getting a job. I have nothing against jobs. Please don't take that from what I'm saying. But if you want to retire wealthy, or if you want to be wealthy, it's not going to happen through a job. Even if you want to be comfortable, even if you have goals for college for your children, or your retirement, it's not going to happen through you working a job. So you really have to figure out different ways of earning income. And the three things that I took away today is, he brought up 3 different ways of having income coming in your house. And most of us have, of course, active income, right? Where you're getting money from a job, or some kind of part-time job or something in that way. But how many of us really know about passive income or know about business income? That was a new one for me. I've heard passive income. If you do network marketing, you know about passive income, you know about residual income, and that's based on doing something one time and getting paid from it over and over and over again. So the business income was a new one for me. And how he explained it was there might be people in the audience, which there were, who you already have money, right? But you want to be able to have the money you currently have grow. And investing is a way that you can make your money grow. If you already have money, you can make it grow by investing it in different areas, right? So, he talked a little bit about that, and he really just educated the audience on the different ways that you can invest, the different ways that you can get into real estate through wholesaling, through rehabbing, and through rehabbing, and rental, right? So you could buy a home and you could wholesale it, right? You could find another person who's looking to invest and they have the cash right there to get it, and you don't even have to purchase the house. You could very well just be the middleman. That's what wholesaling is. It's being the middleman, being the person that finds a buyer and finds someone who's interested in selling a house, and you kind of marry the two people together. And then rehabbing, you've all seen the shows, and actually the person who's the brand for this particular company, Than Merrill, I believe his name is. I've never seen the show. He has a show on, I think, TLC or A&E, and it's called Flip This House, and he does a lot of real estate deals where he's basically rehabbing houses and flipping them, right? So you can do it in that way. You can buy a house, rehab it, gut it out, fix it all up, and then put it back on the market and sell it at a profit, which you have to be very careful with that, because you can wind up putting a lot of money, investing a lot of money up front, and there's no guarantee that you are going to sell the house. And there's a system that you have to put in place in order to do that. And then what was the third thing? I said wholesaling, I said flipping, and renting. So you could also buy a house and maybe fix it up or make it, spruce it up, and then just rent. And then that's passive income coming in every month, right? Because the person is paying rent. So it was a wonderful workshop. If you didn't have that much information on real estate and the different things that you can do, if you're someone like myself who I've been an investor in real estate. My husband and I owned a home in Philadelphia that we bought for dirt cheap, and we wound up having to sell it, but the intent was to buy it, to put someone in there so that we could have the rental income coming in. So if you're someone like that and you're coming to those or going to those kinds of events, it's really more about networking, meeting people, and you might hear some information that you haven't heard before. Or like when I take notes, always when you're going to a networking events like that or some kind of workshop, always take notes, please. Always bring a notebook so that you can take notes on the information that you hear, because something might catch you and something might click for you, and you'll be able to go back to your notes. So the most important thing that I got from going to this event today was, you know what? I know what I'm going to do with my education fund, right? The money jar system. I am going to Barnes & Noble's tonight, and I'm going to buy the Barron's Journal. If you guys don't know what the Barron's Journal is, please go Google it, look it up, and start looking in. If real estate is your thing, start looking into what the publications and what the news and what they're saying about like the housing market. And he mentioned the National Association the National Association for Realtors. That's another great resource. So I go to listen for resources. If it's some information that I've kind of like heard before and I kind of like know have known about before. I listen for different kinds of resources that I haven't maybe come across. So I'm going to take my education jar. I'm going to take the money out of there and I'm going to go invest in the Money magazine, the Barron's Journal, the Washington, I think it's the Washington Street Journal, the Wall Street Journal. I'm going to pick up quite a few publications tonight after I take my youngins to the movies, right? So, us mompreneurs, we kind of have to be able to do everything. And so I plan to take my two youngest children to see a movie, and then once we leave the movie, I'm going to go head right over to Barnes and Nobles and get all my publications and get all my stuff. Okay, so anyway, let's go right on to the workbook. The workbook, of course, yesterday what made me proud was I got on the scale, y'all, and I lost 3 pounds. I don't know how I did it, but I'm so proud of myself. I think even though I was on vacation and I was cutting up a little bit, my friend and I, we still did manage to eat healthy. We made salads. We made shakes, healthy shakes for ourselves during the day. And then, of course, we went to Boom Shakalaka. We walked around the school grounds, so we got our exercise in. So it wasn't like I was just totally on vacation and not sticking to any part of my regimen. I was. So I was proud of that. And then what I am excited to do today is I'm excited to take my kids to the movies. We are going to go see The Hunger Games, and it's the third installment, but it's called Mockingjay Part 1. And if you guys have not been up on the Hunger Games on Netflix, I believe Part 1 is on Netflix. Part 2 is on Netflix, which is Catching Fire. So check that out. It's a really, really good series, and for me, it is a commentary on our society. So check that out. So I'm excited to do that today, and they're excited. Like, they got up and did everything they were supposed to do and clean the rooms, and they're ready to go. And then the gift that I give to myself today is education. That's the gift I give to myself today. I've invested in going to this workshop. I learned a few things, and then it inspired me to go to Barnes and Nobles later on and pick up some more publications, because you can never stop learning. So that's the gift I give to myself today. And then there's another part of the exercise in the workbook that talked about imagining yourself sitting, what does it say? Imagine sitting in a comfortable furniture on the top floor of your wealth home. So there was this exercise that I had to do on week 8, and it involved this house. And in the house, you had to go from the basement all the way up to like the second floor, and you had to list all the different rooms that were on each floor, and you had to do that on each floor, right? And it represented like your money story. And it was so interesting because what I imagined as I was going through this exercise of going through the house was the old house I lived in. And in the old house that I lived in, like, the basement was unfinished, and the walls were like just bland, and it was an old house. The house was built in like 1939. And, I just went on each floor, and I just was like, as I was doing it, it was kind of depressing, because actually that was a house my husband and I owned, before he passed away. So it was our first house that we bought. And there were a lot of good memories there, but it brought sadness to me, I have to admit, just going through the different floors, because it was a small house and we had 5 children, and it was 1 bathroom, and it was kind of interesting to like compare that to like your money story, right? So today, for day 18, you had to go back and reconstruct a whole new house. And guys, this new house that I constructed, ooh, just thinking about it makes me excited. Honey, the basement was fly. It is fly, right? Because this house exists somewhere in the universe, whether I'm going to be building it, Jim Rohn, or I think it's Jim Rohn, or either Stephen Covey talks about when something is being built, it's built twice. It's built once in your mind, and then it's built actually on the outside. But honey, this house is fabulous. Like, it has probably about 20 rooms. There was like 5 rooms in the basement. There was about 6 or 7 rooms on the first floor. There was another 8 rooms on the third floor. It has balconies. It has windows. It has exercise room. It has meditation room, sunroom. It has all these different rooms. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm still excited even now thinking about it, talking to you guys about this. But it's supposed to represent your new money story. So I want you guys to think about that. I want you to think about your old paradigms when it comes to money and what you used to think compared to now, and see if there's a difference. I'm going to share this money story. I'm going to share it in a PDF in our private Warrior Women's group. And I want you guys to do this exercise because I think it's really important to kind of like see where you're at and see like where you're trying to go, and give it a couple of days before doing it between each house, and just see what the feeling is for you. I think it might give you a clue as to like where you are and really what you want for your life. What do you want for your life? What do you want in your life? And then the second part of the workbook today was imagine yourself sitting in comfortable furniture on the top floor of your wealth home. And like the questions it said was like, what new dreams and possibilities are there for the future, and who do you count on as friends, and what do you plan to do to help others, and how has having this infinite supply of money changed your relationship with others? And honey, let me tell y'all, I went to town on this exercise. I started talking about all the people I could help, and what my children's lives look like, and how I had a honey, and what he was doing and what I was doing, and where we were traveling to, and what the house looked like, and what did it look like outside, and I had a garden, and I just went to town. And just imagine if you just would let yourself run away with your imagination and dream. And know that the dreams that you have inside you can come true, right? Like imagine what that feels like. I used to hear one of the top earners in the former network marketing company I was in talk about what things feel like. Like imagine yourself, traveling where you want and living in the house that you want and just doing the things that you want, like what that feels like. And I could never understand what she meant when she was saying that. But now I do, because I'm starting to like open up and dream again. It's an amazing feeling. And I just want you guys to know what that feels like. And I hope that thus far, me doing these videos gives you some kind of ideas and gives you some kind of clues about wealth and about abundance and what it really looks like. It is the money, but it's more than just the money. It's more than just having the money in your account. It's what the money can do. Because most of us are women, right? And we always think about what we can do for our families. It's never just about us. Oh, I can have money in my account and I can go buy a Gucci bag and no, 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 no. I know most of y'all ain't even on that, right? Most of y'all are on it like, what can I do for my children? What can I do for my family? How can I change my grandmother's life? How could I change my father's life? How could I change my cousin's life? What if I could write a check for tuition for my niece to go to school and it not be a problem? What would that feel like? What would that feel like? Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here because we need to get ready to go to the movies. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's a pretty long one because, I don't know, it was on my heart to really just do this video and really talk, from the heart. Today has been day 18, and it's the 21-day challenge based on the book Your Every Word Has Power by Yvonne Oswald. I want you guys to have a beautiful evening or a great morning or a fantastic afternoon. You know how it is. You'll view this video when you view it. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a great day. Mwah.